Hi, I'm Miss Tracey with the Louisville Public Library, and each week I will be bringing you our Relaxation Reading Club program. Now, the last week of each month, the last video of each month, there will be a grab bag to go along with the video. And what that means is there will be a little bag for you to go and pick up at the library building, and it will have all of the craft supplies and everything you need in that bag to make the craft in the video for that week. So continue to watch the rest of this video to see what fun, amazing, and relaxing things we are doing this week. Hi, Miss Tracey here. This week's Relaxation Reading Club, I am bringing you a special presentation in honor of Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year this year will be on February 12th. That's the starting date. And each year of Chinese New Year correlates with a different animal. This year is the year of the ox, or the bull, as you can see there in the picture. Now, for Chinese New Year, most of you are familiar with their celebrations where they will dance in parades with dragons, just like in this image here. Just to give you some information, Chinese New Year is also known as the Lunar New Year or the Spring Festival. It is the most important among the traditional Chinese festivals. The origin of the Chinese New Year festival can be traced back to about 3,500 years ago. That's a long-running tradition. Here's another picture of one of their Chinese New Year festivals. Now keep in mind, these photos are not from this year. They are from previous years, so I'm sure their festivals will look a little bit different this year with COVID restrictions. But this is what their festivals traditionally look like. See all the lights and their inflatable dragons floating above the city. The main Chinese New Year activities do include public celebrations, as we just seen, Chinese New Year decorations. Decorations are a key part of the New Year celebration. Lucky red items. You always see a lot of red lanterns, red decorations. We've seen red clothing in previous pictures. Chinese New Year's Eve is definitely family time. They love to sit around, eat food, and spend time together. Lots of food, lots of family time they believe will bring them luck in the new year. Firecrackers and fireworks, they always have at Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year gifts are definitely a big thing, primarily red envelopes. A lot of times the elderly family members will give the younger kids a red envelope full of money to help bring them wealth and prosperity in the new year. This image here shows another celebration. See all the fireworks? This is one of my favorite pictures I found. Look at all the red lanterns. It is actually making the whole entire street glow red. That is so cool. Another thing they do is what they call the lion dance. Now, these are dragon costumes, but it is a ceremonial dance that they do to also bring luck in the new year. Now, for Chinese New Year this year, I'm going to give you some fun facts about the year of the ox, or the bull. Ox, bull, similar. 2021 is a year of the ox. It starts February 12th in 2021 and will last until January 30th of 2022. It will be a metal ox year. Each of their animal years are also tied to a
specific element of the earth: metal, earth, water, air, fire, and so on. The recent zodiac years of the ox sign are 1961, 73, 85, 97, 2009, 21, and then will be 2033. An ox year occurs every 12 years. Now, what that means of an ox sign year, it means if you are born in that year, then the ox is your Chinese zodiac sign. And just like how we read our astrology signs, like if we're a Sagittarius or a Pisces, in the Chinese zodiac for the year of the ox, if you were born in an ox year, you are known to be having an honest nature. Oxes are known for diligence, dependability, strength, and determination. These reflect traditional conservative characteristics. Women oxes are traditional, faithful wives and attach great importance to taking care of their kids and their kids' education. Male oxes are strong, patriotic, have ideals and ambitions for life, and are very attached to taking care of their family and work. Oxes can achieve their goals by consistent effort. They are not much influenced by others or the environment, but persist in doing things according to their own ideals and capabilities. Before taking any action, oxes will have a definite plan with detailed steps, to which they apply their strong faith and physical strength. Oxes are weakest in their communication skills. They are stubborn and stick to their own ways. So we'll look back again. If you or anyone you know is born in any of the years shown there, do any of them traits describe the person that is born in those years? Now, as with all zodiac charts, they give you a prediction of what's to come in the new year. And we're going to take a look to see what the ox has in store for the year of 2021. In the year of the rat, which was last year, 2020, the force was the fast, hard, active element of water, which is known for changing all the time. I think we all seen that definitely happened. The ox's earthly branch, however, is very slow, soft, and passive. Means it's very calm. Its element is earth, which is representing stability and nourishment. It is believed these additional associations and the characteristics of the ox have great synergy and are most favorable. So keep hope alive. We might be in for a good year in 2021. Now we're going to move forward with a virtual reality tour of China and then a really fun craft. Now we will start on a virtual reality tour of China. We're going to see some new parts of China, more present time, and then we're going to dive into some of the history and ancient monuments and structures of China. Our first visit is going to be to the Forbidden City. Right now we are looking at the Pavilion of 10,000 Springs. Keep in mind, this is hundreds of years old, so everything you see here was handcrafted. Look at the ceiling. Isn't that beautiful? Remember in our slideshow, we talked about the lucky color red. I see a lot of red here. Visit is going to be at the Jing'an Temple of Shanghai. It is also called the Temple of Peace and Tranquility. See here how large the temple is. It was first built in 247 AD. It was originally located beside the Suzhou Creek and was relocated to its current site in 1216. During the Cultural Revolution in Shanghai, it was converted into a plastics factory for quite some time. However, in 1983, it was returned to its original purpose and renovated with the Jing'an Pagoda completed in 2010, which is what we're looking at right now. That is beautiful. The temple, which is mainly made of Burmese teak, has 3 main halls from the 1880s. The Hall of Heavenly Kings, the Hall of the 3 Saints, and the Hall of Virtuous Works. There is a large tripod pagoda-shaped shrine in the courtyard area where worshippers burn incense sticks and throw coins to the windows of the shrine as high as possible for good luck. They seem to do the same thing to the dragon carving in the main stairway. Right there is the shrine. Right there we see them burning the incense in the shrine. Here's a picture of the Hall of the 3 Saints. Assuming those are the 3 saints right there. And as we learned in our Chinese New Year presentation prior to this, red is a main color of luck used in China. I'm seeing a lot of red around in these temples. Another area of Shanghai we're going to visit is called the Bund. It literally means the Outer Banks of Shanghai. It's a waterfront area in central Shanghai. The area centers on a section of the Zhongshan Road within the former Shanghai International Settlement. It runs along the western bank of the Hangpao River, facing highly modern skyscrapers in the eastern part of the Hangpao district. The Bund usually refers to buildings and wharves on the section of the road, as well as some adjacent areas. It's one of the most famous tourist destinations in Shanghai. Aren't those buildings beautiful? I'm panning back around here. One more look at the beautiful, beautiful sight across the waterway. Here you'll see the Bund Wall. It is 1,700 meters long. It is paved with 140,000 colored bricks and granite stone with 32 semicircled reviewing balconies facing the Hangpao River. The reviewing stand is arranged with 21 bowl-shaped flower terraces and angled pavilions and stone benches of all shapes. Good look here. That's quite a long wall. It runs along the river, and the facts here state that it was built to help prevent flooding. So, it serves 2 purposes. It prevents flooding, and it's just a beautiful sight to see. Ah, we recognize this, don't we? The ox. The year of the ox. This is the Shanghai Bull. The Bund Financial Bull, or the Bund Bull, are monikers associated with a derivative of Arturo de Modica's charging bull, installed in late April 2010 and unveiled on the Bund in Shanghai in May of that year. The 5,000-pound work of art is said to have the same height, length, and weight as the New York City charging bull. So there's one of these in New York City as well. This here I personally liked. I thought this was very cool that they did this. This is the monument to the people's heroes. It is a concrete structure. The structure is located at the north end of the Bund and right along the Suzhou Creek and the Hangpao River. The structure was built by the Shanghai municipal government in 1993 to commemorate revolutionary martyrs and those who have lost their lives fighting natural disasters. It stands 79 feet tall and is built in a stylized shape of 3 rifles leaning against each other. The monument is surrounded by a paved space used by locals for morning exercises. Just get a good look here to actually see how tall that is. Wow. Okay, our next stop. I know I'm going to completely butcher this name, but I'm going to try. The Great Wall at Hao God Chen. Something like that. It's about 37 miles from Beijing. It is almost 7.7 miles long and joins with the Machuniao Great Wall in the east, and the Zhujiang Pass and Badaling in the west. The Great Wall provides a challenge as it has no steps or no single smooth path like the ones found on the other sections of the Great Wall, making it popular with hikers. It was so named for the abundant yellow flowers during the summer. The countryside around the wall is swathed in yellow as masses of wildflowers come into bloom. Doesn't look like that's this time of year. I don't see many yellow flowers, but you can see all the way out into the distance there and how it goes all the way along the mountain. That's a pretty big wall. And here's one more look at the wall. Construction of it began in 1575 during the Ming Dynasty under the supervision of General Cai. Many years to finish the project, but when he returned to the capital to report the completion of his task, he was promptly beheaded. Scheming ministers had told Emperor Wanli that the workmanship Cai oversaw was not real good and lacked creativity. The emperor was so enraged by these spurious reports, he ordered Cai's immediate execution. It later occurred to the emperor that an investigation might be in order, so he sent a trusted aide to survey Cai's wall. The aide reported back that the wall was solid, steep, and exemplified the finest workmanship. Realizing he had been perhaps a little too hasty in killing the poor guy, Wanli ordered a tomb and memorial to be erected in honor of the loyal general. So the guy built the wall and got beheaded for it, but at least they realized their mistake and they give him a memorial. Glad things are done differently nowadays. Yeah, that is steep, isn't it? I like the view. The view is beautiful. The entire section of the wall comprises of 6 forts, 6 passes, 12 beacon towers, and 32 guard towers. Among them is a fort that is the best preserved, covering an area of 7,000 square meters. It was built in 1592. There is a scholar tree standing in the castle courtyard that was planted in that same year. Oh, look how high that goes. Yeah, that's a pretty big area. Wow. On this hike, you'll walk on both restored and unrestored Great Wall. An excellent way to get the idea of what the wall may have looked like when originally built, and also see how it has held up after 400 years. The steepest section of the wall is known as Shibaden and requires special care when climbing, especially after the rain. Yep, you gotta come all the way up these stairs, and let's turn around here. And then you just keep on going. I don't even see an end to those stairs. That's a hike. And then this is the Jintang Lake Dam. There is a lake and a reservoir nearby. The crescent-shaped reservoir is called the Hengganchen Reservoir, while the name of the lake is Jintang. The water of the lake is cold and clear, and it is fed by numerous springs. Well, thank you for joining me for the first part of our Relaxation Reading Club video revolving all around China and Chinese New Year. Now we're going to move on to our fun craft.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that awesome tour of China with me. Wish we could really be there in person, but thank goodness for virtual reality tours on the internet, huh? To continue our Chinese New Year celebration this week, we are going to make hand drums. Have you ever seen them in the movies? Ours look a little bit different, not as fancy, but still serve the same purpose. Hand drum, something they use in their ceremonies. You turn it real fast and it makes a drumming sound. Now, to make your Chinese New Year hand drum this week, you're going to need 2 paper plates. And they can be paper, styrofoam, whatever you have, disposable plates. You're going to need like a popsicle stick or a tongue depressor, or if you don't have that, maybe even a pencil will work. Some type of long stick. You're going to need some string. You're going to want a heavy type of tape. Now, I was lucky and had some actual red duct tape because red is for Chinese New Year. If you don't have red, that's okay. But I recommend a very heavy type of tape. Don't use just plain Scotch tape. And for part of it, we will need some scissors. You will need markers, specifically red or red crayon. And you will want Elmer's glue for this one. A glue stick isn't going to hold it together. We need good, strong Elmer's glue for this. Start making your hand drum. You're going to want to take both of your paper plates, and you want them sitting just like a plate, curved up a little bit on the sides. And you're going to take your crayon or your marker, and you're going to color the whole thing red. Fill it in solid red. Now, after you have both of your plates colored completely red, you're going to want to flip one plate upside down and take your popsicle stick or pencil, whatever it is you're using, and you want to lay it down on the plate, and you want to make sure that you have enough sticking out for your handle on your drum. This is where I said we need some heavy-duty tape, because you need to hold that stick in place, and I found out through trial and error, Scotch tape does not hold it. So you're going to want to cut yourself off 1, if not 2, pieces of heavy-duty tape. Tape that stick on the back of that plate really good. Nice and tight. Press that tape down. Next step, you're going to want to cut your string. Doesn't matter what kind of string you use. You can be an old shoelace. And to test to know how long your string needs to be, I can't tell you an exact measurement because you might use a different size plate than me. You'll just want to make sure that your string hangs out a good 3 or 4 inches off each side of your plate. So lay it across your plate and you know how long to make it. The string needs to hang out off the side. Then next, you're going to take your Elmer's glue and you're going to cover the whole center area of the back of that plate. We don't need a big lake of glue, half the bottle squeezed out, but you do really want it covered good and thick. You want it to stick. You want to take your string and lay it out across, nice and centered. It should be sticking out evenly on both sides. Lay it across. And then you'll take your other plate, red side up, and you want the 2 white backs touching. Make sure your edges are pretty aligned and press it down. Really get that glue to dry. Shift mine a little here. And this will take a minute to completely dry. Now your next step is going to be using that nice thick heavy tape. And you just want to cut off a little square. Now I tried to think of the best solution for those of you using things around the house to make my crafts on how to make the little balls on the end of the string so your hand drum will work. A nice wad of duct tape will solve that problem. You're going to take that little piece and you're going to stick it on the end of your string, and you're just going to kind of fold it over onto itself, wrap it around, and make a nice little ball of tape. Duct tape's a pretty heavy tape, so it works pretty good to put the weight needed on the end of the string and to make that boom boom sound when it hits the drum. If you think you need more than one piece, that's fine. I'm going to give mine one more little piece wrapped around it. same to the other side. And after you put your tape on both ends and you know your glue is dry, try out your drum. My first original one I made here, I added some extra decorations. So feel free to add extra stuff to yours as well. On one side I put 2021. On the other side I put ox because it is the year of the ox. So celebrate Chinese New Year with the tradition of the hand drum. And I want to add a side note. I apologize to the parents for having your kids make noisemakers this week. Tune in next week for more relaxation and fun, and happy Chinese New Year. Bye. Thank you so much again for watching the video and joining me this week for more relaxation and fun. Please remember to leave some comments on the video or in the watch party. And also, please go ahead and comment how many people are with you that are watching the video, especially if you are in classroom watching the video. Knowing the number of viewers we have really does help support the library, and we'd appreciate it. So join me next week for more fun and relaxation, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Don't forget to mask up. Bye.